bearer for 2027 election and the man who will take us to the villa.
We are ADC. We are ADC.
From north, south, east, and west, a brighter future is our quest. Justice, peace, unity.
I hereby accept the nomination.
The future's here for all to see. A new Nigeria starts with you and me.
We are ADC.
Every Nigerian matters, every voice counts. Together we stand, we rise and
Presidency Nancy Kai, Governor Nancy Kai, Senate Nancy Kai, Akari Nancy Kai, Okumemba Nancy Kai.
Very distinguished leaders and stakeholders of the African Democratic Congress, members of the National Working Committee, members of the Executive Committee, coalition leaders, elected officials, youth groups, civil society organizations, members of the diplomatic corps, INEC officials, gentlemen of the media, our very esteemed aspirants, party faithfuls gathered here at the Congress Hall, Nigerians joining us from across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, and Nigerians in diaspora. Good evening. I want to join those who have spoken before me to warmly welcome all of you to this declaration event of the ADC presidential primaries. Today is not just about announcing a presidential candidate. Today is also about proving a point to Nigeria and to Nigerians. It is about proving that democracy can still work, proving that political competition does not have to become political warfare, proving that a party can organize itself around principles instead of personalities, and that in a season of deep national anxiety, a bright future is still possible in this country. That is why this gathering matters, and that is why history will remember what we've done here today. Let me begin by thanking every member of the African Democratic Congress for your steadfastness, your patience, your sacrifices, your understanding, and your faith in this party, especially in the face of daunting challenges. Many people doubted us. Some dismissed us outright. Others predicted confusion, division, and even outright collapse. But all of you here stood firm. You kept faith with ADC. And today, because of your commitment, our party stands tall, stronger, and more united. Let me also recognize and appreciate the members of the Presidential Steering Committee, the Screening Committee, the Presidential Primary Election Committee, for their patriotism, your diligence, and professionalism throughout this process. In the face of enormous pressure, logistical complexity, and intense national attention, they carried out their responsibilities with courage, discipline, and unwavering commitment to fairness and transparency. Their work has strengthened the credibility of this exercise and reinforced the confidence of our members and the Nigerian people in the integrity of the African Democratic Congress. On behalf of the leadership and the entire membership of our party, I thank them for their sacrifice and service to our party and to democracy. Now, I also want to specially commend our three distinguished aspirants: the former Vice President, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar GCON, former Governor of Rivers State, and immediate past Minister of Transportation, Chief Chubike Rotimi Amechi, CON, and the former Chairman of the Nigerian Economic Group and former Chairman of NNDC, Mr. Mohammed Hayatuddin, OON. It is important to mention that we are the only political party to have three very strong aspirants contest for the presidential ticket. This alone makes the ADC unique in its deep commitment to democracy and to democratic practices. This also demonstrates the loyalty of these three gentlemen to our party, their courage to compete for the great opportunity to serve, and their abiding faith in democracy. By subjecting themselves to this process, they did not merely contest an election. They strengthened democracy. And despite efforts in some quarters to create uncertainty and tension, they remained committed to this process and to the ideals of this party. And for that, the ADC owes them a debt of gratitude. My brothers and sisters, a few days before these primaries began, I invited the three presidential aspirants to a private dinner. Just 4 Nigerians seated around a table, speaking honestly and frankly about the future of our country and the future of this party. I remember looking at each of them and saying something very simple. Whatever happens in this primary, let us remember why we're doing this. Majority of Nigerians are looking up to us to liberate and rescue them from this current regime of suffering. We must not let them down. I told them that the ADC has a real opportunity to demonstrate to Nigerians a different political culture, a culture where competition would not destroy unity, where ambition would not bury principle, and where the process would matter as much as the outcome. To their credit, all three men agreed with me. I believe that understanding is what has brought us to this moment today. When I accepted the responsibility of leading this party as chairman, I made a promise before God and before Nigerians that I would be fair to all, that I would ensure a level playing field, and that every member, regardless of status or influence, would have equal opportunity and equal respect. This exercise is the culmination of that commitment. In the last several weeks, I've come under intense pressure from different quarters. Pressure to choose, pressure to endorse, pressure to tilt the scale one way or another. But I insisted that the African Democratic Congress is not that kind of political party. We're not a party where one individual or a few powerful interests sit in a room and decide the presidential candidate before members get the opportunity to vote. We are a party committed to the highest principles of democratic practice. And with this primary election, we have demonstrated exactly that to the public. We did not work towards a predetermined outcome. We allowed a free contest. We allowed our members across Nigeria to make their choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I must admit that this process has not been easy. When the Electoral Act imposed the option of direct primaries, we understood immediately the enormous logistical administration burden involved. Coordinating an exercise across 36 states and the FCT was not going to be a simple undertaking. there were difficulties and challenges, especially given that we are attempting an assignment of this magnitude for the first time. But despite the challenges, I'm proud to say that overall, we have conducted a process that was free, fair, credible, and worthy of democratic standards. I do not claim that what we have done is perfect. I admit there is room for improvement. However, I do not think that the observable shortcomings are sufficient to invalidate the exercise or to discredit the entire process. I can only hope that we've learned valuable lessons from this experience. Let me also add that I take full responsibilities for any shortcomings. Ladies and gentlemen, what is not in doubt is the commitment of the African Democratic Congress and my personal commitment to continue to build a political party that will stand as a shining example of internal democracy, administrative efficiency, and political accountability. It is for these reasons that I will want to employ all our great aspirants to rise above the moment, to rise above the euphoria of triumph and the despair of defeat, and embrace that which is greater than all of us, the commitment to build a strong political party that is committed to serving the Nigerian people. This is our opportunity to demonstrate why we are different and why we are ADC. We are a party whose aspirations run deep. We want to become the example of what a truly democratic political party should look like in Africa and in Nigeria. People often ask us, how is the ADC different? We are the only major political party in Nigeria whose constitution guarantees the independence of its bureaucracy and protects it from interference and capture by narrow interests. We are one of the few political parties deliberately structured to accommodate diverse voices, trade unions, professional associations, youth groups, women, persons living with disabilities, and patriotic Nigerians from all walks of life. That is not an accident. It is a reflection of whom we are. We are social democrats. Our ideology is anchored on the simple but powerful belief that government must put citizens first, that leadership must serve the people, and that democracy must improve the lives of the ordinary Nigerians. We are of the firm belief that at a time when millions of our citizens are burdened by economic hardship, insecurity, unemployment, inflation, social division, and growing hopelessness, politics cannot continue to be business as usual. Our country faces existential challenge. Families are struggling to survive. Young people are losing faith in leadership communities. Communities are living in fear, and many Nigerians feel abandoned by those entrusted with power. That is why what we are doing here today or this night matters more than the sum of individual ambitions or personal interests. This primary is not simply about selecting a candidate. It is about beginning a national rescue mission. And so, I want to appeal directly to our three aspirants, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, GCON, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi, CON, Alhaji Mohammed Hayatuddin, CON. Each of you is eminently qualified. Each of you has served this country with distinction in important capacities. All of you possess the experience and capacity to offer leadership to Nigeria. However, it can only be one of you who would fly the flag of our party. And tonight, the members of the African Democratic Congress have spoken. I congratulate you, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. This party has placed its trust in you, and you must realize that you now have a duty to build bridges and carry every member along. Today, all of us have won, but we must remember that the bigger mission remains greater than individual ambition. We must work together to win, not only for us, but for the Nigerian people. My dear compatriots, the journey ahead will not be easy, but I am confident that with the Nigerian people on our side, we will win. But Nigerians are also watching to see whether we as opposition leaders can still rise above ego, division, and personal interest. They are watching to see whether we can put them first. Let tonight send a message across our nation that ADC stands for fairness, for inclusion, for courage, and for democratic integrity. Let tonight mark the beginning of something greater than mere politics. Let it mark the rebirth of political trust in Nigeria. I urge every member, every supporter, and every aspirant to embrace the spirit of unity, sportsmanship, and patriotism. Let us leave this hall not as divided camps, but as one family with one purpose, to build a better Nigeria. May God bless the African Democratic Congress. May God bless all our aspirants and all our candidates. And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. As he makes his way back, I'd like to announce that we have just one more item to go, and that will be the vote.